I find an increasing tendency to play down my happiness, especially in front of my friends. A very close friend is divorced and has gone through a lot in her life, and I tend to not to share my happiness due to survivor's guilt and also my own fear that my life would change if I become too happy about certain things going well. What is the best approach?
Okay. See, all of this starts very often with the way you are genetically formed, with your tendencies, your inborn tendencies, your vasanas, whatever you call them. And then they get strengthened as a tendency in you due to the experiences and the learnings that you have throughout life. This happens very often. Parents teach children, don't be too happy, lest you have to cry tomorrow, lest you have to cry a little later, etc. And then further experiences, these are all confirmation bias basically. You would notice that you are in a very good mood at some point, and something would happen, or somebody would come and put you down. And that completely changes the feeling of elation down to the feeling of depression. A few cases like this, and you start believing that, oh my god, feeling happy, etc., itself is a problem. So even if I feel happy, I should not express it, I should not be overt about it at all. And then you come to the kind of state that you're talking about, where you have your happiness and you just don't feel confident enough to express it, to be overtly expressive of it. And then this guilt gets added to it, the guilt that, oh my god, this person is suffering. So you think you're being empathetic to the other person in recognizing the fact that they are really going through a bad time. And so you feel that it's insensitive of you to be ostentatious about the fact that you are not going through that. Now, what does all of this eventually come up to? The point is, you don't live a comfortable, happy, and free life. You're constantly rethinking every step of yours. One technique that you can use, of course, is to say that I will remain internally happy, but I will be extremely sensitive to how things are outside, and in that context, modulate my behavior. But even that is not a free way of living life. What you ideally need to do is completely erase, to the extent that you can, all this conditioning that we talked about initially, and secondly, be very, very comfortable being non ostentatiously expressive of exactly how you are, because that is authentic, while being considerate to the perspective of the person who's in front of you. It is much more authentic to feel and be happy about how well your life is going on, even in the presence of a friend whose life is not going all that well. And the friend would also appreciate it because it doesn't feel fake. If, on the other hand, you try and look morose, even that friend can make out that something fake is going on, and that doesn't help anybody.